thirsty this morning. See if I can set you up here real quick. Thirsty this morning. Filled up diesel. Diesel is what the Americans call it. Diesel. But anyways, 600 and some odd liters of diesel. That's an inevitable cost, and that's usually the biggest cost besides payroll if you're not doing delivery. But today, 600 times, say, $1.20. Whatever that equates to, which is at least $600. That's a lot of friggin' money for something that we as a country produce as a byproduct in the oil and gas industry. Like, diesel is a byproduct of all this BS going on, pulling oil out of the ground. And I get it that everyone's out there to make money. I understand. What is wrong with just dropping that fuel price to like 50 cents? The whole friggin' country runs on fuel. Whole country. I don't care what you say. Why is that not our cheapest commodity, really? Sure would make fucking life a lot easier if fuel was cheap. And I pay like on card lock prices, right? So I get a deal, being that yes, I don't buy the most amount of fuel because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that own 25 trucks or more and have fuel bills that make mine look like, a couple spare change, But it's always been something that I've wondered why in the hell it's one of the more expensive parts of your bills or your inevitable variables when you're thinking about trucking or doing anything in terms of running an earth moving company or an aggregate company or a construction company, anything that has fuel. Like, why can't we just all get on the same page and have cheap fuel, considering we make it? But whatever, it is what it is. Fuel's got to be put in the tanks. Guys got to burn it to go to work. It is what it is. And what I meant to say was, I use a card lock card, so I get a bit of a discount compared to what everyone pays at the pump. But like right now, I believe, what's that say? Just trying to find it. Trying to drive by a gas station sign here. What does it say? So right now, gasoline at a public pump, so like Shell or Fast Gas or Husky or any of these places. Husky right now is $1.34.9 for gasoline, and right down the street, literally right across the road, I'm looking at, it's $1.25.9, and diesel. Okay, that would be the diesel price of Husky. Right across the street, gasoline is $1.25.9, and diesel is $1.39.9. So diesel's $1.40 if you buy publicly, or like not a public freaking thing, and you don't have a card locked up here. Oh boy, lock off. Missed my gear. There we go. There we go. Anyways, so that. be the cheapest fucking thing we have. But it ain't. One of the more expensive ones. So everyone out there driving a pickup truck that doesn't have access to cheaper fuel, man, that's a lot of dough going in your tank. I'll tell you that for free. Japers. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of big fuel bills. I remember one time when I was on the road, we were moving at a pretty high rate of fuel consumption for quite a long time. Couple months, and I remember I had a $30,000 fuel bill for one truck. One truck. 30 grand. $30,000. Like, Jesus. That's wild to me. But also at the time I was rolling into California, and I was paying $6-7 a gallon at the pump, no matter where you went, whether you were with Line J or at some random on-pause fuel station, didn't matter. You were paying that $6 or $7 a gallon, which is crazy to think. Great. I will hit you. You're a construction worker. All good. Got a job to do. Yeah, fuel's insane. Fuel is insane in the membrane. Oh, now we have fire trucks. Oh, thanks. I mean, shit. They already have not AI-driven trucks, but autonomous trucks, and that is the thing they're trying. That's even crazy in itself. You're telling me that they're gonna literally one day hope to have an 80, well, this would be mainly in the States, but have an 80,000 pound machine going down the highway on its own with cameras and sensors. And it's just going to perform flawlessly? Like, what the hell happens if you get into a snowstorm and it gets stuck? Or you park for the night and it's cold and then your batteries freeze. Then what? I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. There's always going to be driver error when you have someone behind the wheel. I just feel like leaving it in the hands, especially when you're on a public roadway that you aren't the only one that uses it every day. And there's not someone that technically has the qualifications to drive that vehicle, operating the vehicle. But then again, you know what? I know some people, or I've heard of some people that probably shouldn't have those qualifications to begin with. So yeah, in that sense, if you're thinking about somebody that should not be driving that is driving, then yeah, maybe an autonomous vehicle would make sense. Oh yeah. Here's actually something not that I've never thought about it, but I've always been curious about it. For those of you out there that don't drive a big truck, never been in one, you don't have any desire to be in one, you drive your normal vehicle, four-wheeler. What is it like for you to drive around, beside, in front, behind, come up on one on the highway, park one, or pulled up next to one at a red light? Like, do you get scared? Are you comfortable? Are you one of those people that will sit behind the truck? There's a double lane, I've had it lots, where when I used to haul cows, for good reason, I used to have people sit at the back of my trailer. We're driving down the highway, and people would just chill at the back of my trailer. And I always wondered why. So an old boy told me one time, well, the people that are driving beside you that aren't going to pass, or don't seem like they're going to pass, and when they do pass, they drive like a bat out of hell, because they're worried they're going to get shit on by the cows. And it's happened before. I've heard it lots. I've actually seen it happen. Not on my trailer specifically, but I've seen it happen. And I've been told stories about it. I mean, that's with cows, though. Like, I'm genuinely curious what people's thoughts are on a big rig when they come around on the roadway. Because, I mean, at the same time, I get it if you're nervous, it makes you uncomfortable because everything's so much bigger. Christ, the tires on the fucking thing are, you know, up to your waist or taller. They're loud. They do the speed limit. They weigh a boatload. You know, it's not something to be fucking around with. And I'm a firm believer in the faster that you go on the highway, the less interactions you're going to have with vehicles on the highway. And what happens when you interact with more than one vehicle? Your chances go up of an accident. So, I'm genuinely curious. What's everyone's thoughts? What is everyone's thoughts on driving in close proximity to big trucks? I've never really actually asked anyone that, so I figured why not now, you know? Well, everyone, that's the end of her for now. Another day, another dollar made, you know? If you guys could do me an absolute huge favor, I'd be more than appreciative and grateful for it. If you could give this page a follow, Driving with Oz, share, like, comment, subscribe. Oh man, that would be awesome. And until next time, keep that shiny side up, keep that greasy side down, and we'll check you on the flip-flop. Come on.